Welcome back to Final Third Friday. I'm Rob.
And I'm Isaiah, and we've got a couple guests with us.
I'm Dan.
And I'm Eric.
So this is Dan the Man, Dan the Cigar Man over here.
Yep.
And this is Eric, also known as the Bourbon Cowboy.
The Bourbon
Howdy.
Cowboy.
And also, congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Big man
Thank
got
you so
engaged
much.
last
Awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
Congratulations, my
down there.
condolences, whatever we want to say.
I mean,
Well, condolences to Carson.
yeah,
Absolutely.
really.
That- yeah.
It's condolences to her because we
Poor
all
girl.
know she's got to put up with my dumb ass.
She
and
knows what
that's-
she's getting into.
She
Yeah.
has to.
She at this point, she better.
I mean,
yes,
I pretty much told her like, hey, you do know that you're stuck with me now, right? You made the last choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we are one step away from signing paperwork.
I think she's
you
good.
did this.
She'll survive.
She'll
I
survive.
think she'll
She
keep
puts
him
you
in
in
line.
yeah,
She'll
she does
survive,
put him in his
but
place.
God, the therapy bill is going to be really high.
For you.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, today we're going to be actually pairing up a couple of things here. We got the Freki from Family by Loyalty. It's a Dominican cigar, San Andreas wrapper. Binder is the Criollo 98, and the fillers are made of Nicaraguan tobacco, undisclosed, Corojo, Criollo 98, and Pennsylvania broadleaf. And so it's got a lot of stuff going on in this cigar.
And those are made in the Blackbird factory.
Yes,
Which
yes.
means wonderful construction.
Yeah.
Beautiful tobacco.
And it's a medium plus, medium to full, maybe at the most.
So today we're pairing that with this Nulu small batch toasted bourbon. So this is a bourbon that's finished with toasted French oak staves. It's at 108 proof. It says 4.5 years old. This is the most toasted bourbon I think I've ever had.
I agree.
It is as
all
toasted
the
as
toasted.
toasted gets.
Yeah. of all
So
the
when we're
toast-
talking toasted, are we talking like toasted marshmallow toast is what's coming through and all that,
Yeah,
that like
this is-
confectionery
have you
almost
drank
sugar?
this yet?
I have not had
Yeah,
that
you're
one yet.
Good.
Treat.
Yeah.
I'll uncork and y'all just take your pour. Call it a day. There you are, Dan.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
I think I'm gonna prep for a cut on this stick because
Here you go, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. This is going to be really weird now that I'm looking at it, trying to actually smoke a cigar with a microphone right in my face.
oh no, I just always move
Yeah,
back.
Just move to the side.
That's all right. Next time we're going to actually bring out 2 turntables.
Two
Turntables.
turntables and a microphone.
Yeah, I knew one of you guys would get it.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
My cut's brought to you guys today by Calibri.
Hey, mine is too.
Mine
and
is
when
too.
we get into the lighting portion of this,
Mine
my
is as well.
lighter's about to be brought to you by Calibri.
Really? I'm
Mine
still
too.
rocking the Vissel. So.
Hey, do you have the cork over there? Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. So real quick, Nulu is in Louisville. They're all sourcing, as far as I know, only MGP right now. They do a series of single barrel MGPs and then finished. So they're pretty popular for their Nulu honey, their Nulu toasted. All of the tater bait finishes. They
Tater
come with
bait.
a wax top because that's how you know it's good.
That's how you know taters want it.
Unless Isaiah waxes it, then you can't get the cork out.
That's on
Dude,
you.
theirs is worse.
Are you serious? Oh, my
Oh,
God.
Those are hard to get off.
Yeah, Nulu
I have
does
an
use a hard
X-Acto knife
wax.
at the house for when I get a waxed bottle and you
Okay,
just
okay.
run it around
That
the
little
cork and
tab
call
on the
a
side
day.
of it looks like it's just, oh, look how easy it's going to be. Nope.
No.
Well, I couldn't even find my tab on my Starlight bottle that I got. From
Well,
the-
yeah.
Well,
Did
that's-
Did you
so-
dip it yourself?
No, I got it from you guys. You're the one that dipped it for me.
That
I
sounds
think it's
made
the
up.
one that I
Nope.
second dipped.
Oh, is it really?
Oh,
think it was.
this,
Yeah.
it's all
Okay.
coming
Now-
together
now-
now.
Okay.
He blames
Rob
you for
going
that when I
overboard.
complained about
you
it.
Who's
know,
surprised?
You ought to see mine. It's got a
Yeah,
lot of
Rob
wax.
dipped his twice.
I actually had 3 times. And I got it so thick, it's like that thick all the way around it. I'll never be able to get it open.
Freaking Isaiah.
That's exactly what I said too, man. Why do you
Oh
dip
my
it so many
God.
times?
It's got to be Isaiah's fault.
It's always Isaiah's fault.
Well, of course it was.
Well, again, father and son, it's always the kid's fault.
It is always
is
the kid's
true.
fault.
I know how that is.
But I did get it open and it tastes amazing. So
All right.
get into
On
your
to the
cold draws.
draw.
I'm getting a nice fig.
It's fig
It's
to
like
me
like a
too.
fig Newton
Yeah, and there's
with
a
a
slightly
breadiness too.
slightly vegetal quality in there
See, I
too.
got a little
I
vitamin
almost
in there with
I see that too.
with the fig.
I almost associate it as like the flavor of jalapeno without the spice, that sort of vegetal thing in there.
I'm getting a little bit
Yep.
more raisin for me.
Raisin.
Okay.
That makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
fig and raisin do a lot of similar things. Cool. All right. Nose it. As if we have any kind of rules of what we do.
Yeah,
Right,
we're-
right.
This
Yeah.
is the most lawless podcast that has ever existed.
It's not even like it should be a podcast, yet we just
Oh.
post it to YouTube.
Right.
We need to start putting it up.
I got some sweet with some spice at the end.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of vanilla in there, and
Yeah,
that
a lot of
rye
vanilla.
that rye spice definitely comes out.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Some vanilla, maybe a little bit of custard almost, and definitely the rye spice on the back end.
For sure.
Like custard filling,
Cheers.
not.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with all that.
That's what I meant when I said this is the most toasted.
Oh.
Wow.
Toasty, toasty.
Wow.
It is toasted marshmallows.
Really
Hands
is.
down.
All that vanilla.
That's not even
Absolutely.
toasted marshmallow. That's burnt marshmallow, which I love.
Yeah. And then right on the
So-
end, it's super sweet, and then right on the end, you get that rye
Yeah,
spice.
you get that
Spice,
punch
right, the
right there
punch
at the end.
yep.
Didn't you
Yeah.
say this is 108 proof?
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, that's a good way to start the day.
Oh,
Yes.
It doesn't seem like 100.
Oh, you guys didn't start drinking
Honestly,
at 8
yeah.
this morning?
No.
Just kidding.
We thought about it, but no.
Wake up. Well, I figured you guys were going to figure out a way to get into the building when you got here this morning and grab you a pour while you're waiting.
Absolutely not. We were.
Yeah, there's an alarm system.
Actually,
Yeah, that's the
I
only
was
thing
on my
that
way here. I
deterred
was
us.
thinking about actually, setting the alarm off from my
Oh.
car.
We thought about. Well, we actually thought about like rocking the door to see if the cops would come, but we
Nah,
decided
I
not to.
actually have to break it. I think there's like a half-inch gap for it to break. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Just-
All right, I'm ready
just
to get
two
lit up,
big
guys.
guys jumping over the fence to get
Yeah,
into
see,
the cigar garden today.
That was
the
awesome.
camera views that you probably have right now of two fat asses rolling over your fence. It's probably pretty amazing.
If you're
We'll go back
watching
and
this
look
show,
for it.
don't do that.
Yeah, please don't do that.
But
No,
They knew
they
we
were
were
invited
coming.
specially.
Yeah.
this morning and beat rock.
I was a little later than I probably
Hey.
should have been.
It was.
This light brought to you by Calibri. You got the new triple jet
Nice.
Stealth 3,
Yeah.
beautiful paintbrush style torch.
And that's
Gets
something
the
we've
job
got
done
in here
quick.
now. We've got these 4 Calibri lighters. If you're looking for a little bit more high end, we've got the Astoria. The Astoria is a triple jet. I can't get it out. It's also got a straight cut on the other side, so
is
you
pretty
can take
awesome.
both of them with you if you want to. It's a higher dollar price tag. It's $150, but it's a really solid lighter. This one here is the one we're using, the Stealth 3. And then we've got the Daytona and Monaco.
Yeah.
All 4 of them are great lighters. Goes anywhere from $59 up to $150. And if you're looking for a higher end lighter, especially coming up in the holidays, we got you covered here. And some great cutters as well.
Yeah, Calibri is a quality product. I mean, all their stuff is pretty spot on.
They really are. I'll
so-
tell you what. I mean, there was a time frame where I'd had a couple of Calibri lighters that did not last. And after getting these things are so much more solid.
solid.
They've really shored them up
Yeah.
somehow.
So their cutters were the same way back when they first started as well,
As-
and now they are
They are the best
just
cutter.
solid cutters. So
Yep.
I think this one's going on 5 years. The paint's wearing off, but the blades are still sharp.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So Calibri, if you're listening,
We need a
quality stuff.
sponsorship.
We need sponsors.
I do need a sponsorship.
We
I
need a
need
sponsor.
Crown Heads and I need Calibri.
Yeah, I almost grabbed my crowned heads hat so we'd have 3 out of the 4 guys here with one on,
Sorry.
but I didn't
Not
want
one
Dan
yet.
to feel left out over there, so I didn't wear
I
mine.
appreciate that, Rob. He's always looking out for the little guy.
Oh, hey.
guy.
Now
Lisa,
we gotta-
Lisa just came
now we
in.
Gotta be nice. Lisa's here.
No, we don't.
No, that's not the way
She'll
it
just
is.
make fun of us. It's
I
all
was
right.
gonna say
Right on.
Yeah.
she shows no mercy to any of
She
us.
is ruthless. She can be. But yeah. Okay, what are you boys getting on the stick?
Inherently,
tasting
I'm
notes?
getting a little bit of dark chocolate, a little sweetness in there, and overall, kind of more mellow, a little earthy right at light up to me.
Yeah, especially on the retro hail, getting a lot of earth, a little bit of black pepper spice kind of on the top of the palate.
Yeah.
And then you get that dark chocolate, the really like 98%
Yeah.
bitter dark chocolate. Good start so far. How about you, Dan?
On the Retro Hill, I got a lot of spice there at the end, but I'm getting a little more earthy leather
Yeah.
Okay.
notes into it with the retro and everything. So
Makes sense. It's a little earthier than what I remember smoking it last time.
It is,
But not in a bad way.
not in a bad way at all.
Absolutely not. It's
No,
a
this
great
is-
start off. So
On to the pour.
Depending on how this stick goes and transitions, it might be one that's really up my alley.
Oh my gosh. Did we just make
Chocolate
s'mores?
covered marshmallow.
wow,
man.
dude.
Oh,
And the
good.
graham cracker. It's got it all.
Dude,
it's a
I-
s'more. And you know the crazy thing is, we weren't even thinking about that.
Wow.
Wow, that is.
That's s'mores.
Now that burnt marshmallow just popped
Yeah.
right off that with the stick. So
Like a burnt Stay Puft Marshmallow Man?
absolutely, absolutely.
Torchy.
There were some motorcycle riders going by earlier. And I'm like, you can't look tough when you look like a burnt Stay Puft Marshmallow Man with all
Absolutely.
those layers under your leather.
So, smoke or sip back to smoke, it is pulling out a lot more of that graham crackeriness in the cigar. Or now I'm perceiving it as graham cracker.
Yeah.
Like that slight breadiness you were talking about
Oh.
in there.
Even
is
like a honey graham cracker.
Dude, that is
sweet.
that is
That's,
awesome.
I'm definitely
Damn,
tasting the honey right
Yeah.
after the drink. So
Yeah.
That
that's
is a
really good.
pairing.
So what else is new, guys? What you guys been up to? I know what you've been up to. You've been
yeah, he's getting married.
he's
So
getting
you know,
married, so
Yeah, so
I've
Have you
been
chosen
married.
a date?
Preemptively, we're looking at the 23rd of March, 2024.
all right.
Right on, right on.
Why are you waiting so long?
Because things are expensive, Isaiah.
I
And she's
guess.
really got to understand if she really wants to put up with him for life.
Well, that's
You
true.
know, I mean,
That's true.
you got to have some miles first before you say, "All right, I'm good with you."
Of course, we just had to have the damn pastor pushing the marriage.
Here's the deal. You might as well.
Yeah, I mean you're already there. I mean,
Basically,
Hey, you might as well get the tax write-off.
It's all about the money.
it's all about the money.
you're not wrong,
Yeah.
but I want to do things the right way, and to do things the right way, I need some money to have a nice day.
Absolutely,
I got
he's
you.
actually got a really good plan. So,
Okay.
because obviously it's their first marriage, and so they're going to want it to be super special and everything, the whole
got
9
you.
yards. So,
Yeah.
I can see them wanting to save that money up.
Yeah.
Dan,
Sir,
how's your fiance?
I thought we weren't going to talk about that. no, fiance, man. I've been
Dan
married
is
for
happily married.
happily married
Yes.
for it'll be 20 years next year. So I couldn't. I tell people I won the wife lottery with mine. So
Yeah.
She can put down some proper 12,
Yes,
baby.
she can,
My
absolutely.
gosh.
she can put down the whiskey.
Yeah, good for her. Good for her.
Absolutely.
How about you? When you getting married, Isaiah?
Who knows? Not I. Not a clue.
You just gotta beat that March 23rd date, 2024. That's
No,
all it is.
I think I'm.
man, he's
fine.
got.
How about you just try to actually have a full beard by March 23rd, 2024?
Well,
Gotta
I-
get the
I
beard
might
going.
be able to do that by then. But
right.
Does it fill in? You're so young. Does it actually fill in properly with your age?
I don't know. It's a little bit puby. So.
Oh, okay.
Dude, you just
Gotta
gotta
let it go.
You just
Gotta
gotta let it go through.
Yeah.
Yeah. We gotta get a beard on you, buddy.
We'll figure it out.
Say, mine probably will not be
Feel
a
like
beard,
that's
but
gotta
this
be
bad
a-
boy is going to be down to here. So I'm thinking that's good, right? I mean, I would do the beard, but the mask thing and just doesn't fit
Yeah.
right. So
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the mask, you want to tell the fine folks what you do?
I am a firefighter EMT for the Fountain Town Fire Department here in Shelby County. I've been doing public safety for about 30 years now.
Yeah.
And thank you.
Yes, thank you.
You wanna-
Thank you
Yeah,
guys.
and Eric, what do you
Eric,
do for a
what do
living?
you do, sir?
I make pretty pictures on the computer to keep engineers happy. No. In all honesty, I'm a CAD designer and 3D modeler for Cummins, the diesel and power provider down in Columbus, Indiana.
Yeah.
Which, if you don't have a Cummins in your diesel, you suck. Just saying.
All right.
We don't say that here. We don't bash on other brands, whether that be cigars or whiskey or diesel engines.
We do. I mean,
There's
We
a
do.
couple
There is- yes,
that
we
are
do.
openly bashed.
there is a company called, we won't call it, say their name out, Gurkha or anything, but
Right.
there's a company like that out there.
Okay,
that we
well,
will
I mean
bash.
that's just a common one.
I will tell you, if
That's
any
just a
of you
racist
guys
company,
watching, that is true.
It is.
If
it is.
any of you guys are watching and want to get Rob a really funny Christmas gift, if you're in a white elephant with
Don't.
Rob,
Don't.
Gurkha
Get him a
goes.
Gurkha
Yeah.
cigar
Don't.
or Gurkha products anywhere.
I mean, literally, it's going to become an Isaiah enema if you do that. So if you want to see that on film, you bring it.
Cigar enema. Oof, bro.
Oh,
I'm not sure how that would. No.
You knew it'd come up.
Oh, absolutely.
I knew cigar
Absolutely.
enema was coming back.
I
up.
thought we'd be longer than like 14 minutes in by the time it came up.
Really?
Do you even know me?
Do you know anybody at this table?
Yes, I do, sadly. No, I'm just kidding. I'm surprised you're functioning today, Eric. Looked like you had your fair share to drink last night.
You did with
Yeah.
the birthers. So
Yeah.
He's a professional.
I
Right,
am
right.
a professional, and honestly, the night actually ended fairly early. We were done by like 11:30, so
cool.
I had enough time to sleep,
Yeah, there you
get
go.
my facilities back about me, grab a slice of Casey's pizza this morning.
Yeah, breakfast pizza, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, their breakfast pizza is good.
oh, I can't do it.
you can't do it.
What?
I don't like pizza. Period.
The hell?
You eat,
Wait,
you
dude,
eat Pizza King
that's
all the
it.
time.
weekend.
But that's it. That's the
Oh.
only pizza that I will actually truly sit and eat.
That's funny.
Yep.
That's wild to me.
Oh,
I
yeah,
ought to
dude.
revoke your fat man card.
Oh
for
no,
that.
no,
Yeah,
no,
but
no.
man, I'll tell you
There's
what.
a lot
that,
of other good things I eat that make me the fat man. So
that breakfast pizza, man, they
Ugh.
put the eggs and the bacon and
Can't do
the
it,
sausage and the
man.
gravy and all that stuff. Oh, it's so
no.
good.
My buddy Jason I work with every once in a while. He'll make a breakfast pizza, and it's actually pretty decent. So
Yeah.
he does the croissant crust, so it's pretty amazing. But I don't consider that actually pizza though.
No, and the one at Casey's is a pizza crust. but
Yeah.
still,
But it's so good.
delicious. Yes.
Isaiah
like-
knows from
feel like
years
I
of
just
duck
gained-
hunting.
how
Just
it
talking
goes,
about it, I feel
man.
like I've gained 2 pounds.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it's delicious.
There's nothing like rolling into a Casey's about 4:30 in the morning before a duck hunt. You grab you a slice or two of breakfast pizza, a couple Mountain Dews, and a cup of coffee, and you just go.
No, my game was always breakfast pizza, Monster Energy,
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
and that's it. I don't do gas station coffee. I'm too prissy for that.
That doesn't surprise me. That
Yeah.
doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Well, if you like coffee, we've got the final third
We do.
coffee
We
We
blend.
got
got
up
Fa
here.
King
So
good coffee.
we got
It
the
is
Fa
good.
King coffee. So
Yeah, that is actually a good coffee.
it actually
really
It
is.
is
So
a
yeah.
very good coffee.
All right, guys. What else? I
Well,
mean, we got to talk about more
here's
stuff
the deal.
than this.
We did it with Scott Johnston, so I want to start the same questions with you, Eric, and then I'll move to Dan. So, what are your top 3 bourbons, either that you own right now that you've tasted, or
Or you're
I'll
out-
just open it up. Whiskey in general.
All right, top 3 whiskeys in general. That would have to go number 1 to the Wild Turkey Master's Keep Revival from 2017, I believe is when that came out. It's 12 to 15-year-old Wild Turkey finished in 30-year-old sherry butts, and it's just so damn good. And it goes awesome with a cigar because there's an inherent smokiness in it. Number 2 would probably have to go to... oh, good Lord, Eric! Don't lose your head now. Distiller's Reserve Rye from Whiskey Acres back in Illinois. They're a farm distillery and got a great story, great history, great products. And their master distiller Rob did a pick for the gift shop that was incredible. And for number 3. There's so many good options. I'd have to say
Mellow
Michter's.
corn.
No, Michter's Fort Nelson Reserve bourbon that I got to bottle myself. Some of the best bourbon I have ever tasted.
Nice.
Cool.
I have never had any of those.
Yeah.
I am newer to the bourbon game.
Dan?
So, sir.
Meet Eric.
Yeah, I've met Eric, and he's a lot of
I literally
information.
think he
and I
owns
have
all of those
learned.
bottles.
I have learned so much from
If
Eric.
he hasn't
so,
smashed the Whiskey Acres one yet.
The Whiskey Acres is gone, but I'm getting a new one today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go.
Thanks, Carson.
yeah, I am actually getting one of the
nice.
bottled and
Thanks,
bond
baby.
whiskey acres. So I can't wait to try it.
Yeah, if you guys want any bottles of Whiskey Acres, Carson's in Illinois, so she's willing to pick up.
Okay.
Right on, right on.
I may have to talk to you about that.
Right. You know what? I'm not sure if I can pick 3 that are my favorite right now because I'm so new. So
yeah, I was gonna say Dan is fairly new. I mean, he's dipping into it now a little bit heavier. I mean,
Absolutely.
you've always probably, from what I understand, you've
I've
always kind of liked whiskey, but
drank
now you're getting
whiskey,
into
yeah.
like some really good whiskeys.
Absolutely, yeah, like cast drinks and stuff like that. I've never really been into until I met these guys. So,
Okay, let me rephrase the question for you, Dan.
yes, sir.
What are your top 3 bottles that you're reaching for right now?
Yeah.
Right now, I think my top one would be the old 55 bottled and bond. The first time I tried it was actually a couple weekends ago when we did the barrel pick, and it's just a smooth. I can pour it and just sip on it pretty much the whole time with a good stick, and it's amazing. The Jepson Creed, I go for it. I'm not sure what it is. It's just the one you get at the store.
Is that their Bloody Butcher?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I would say the final third barrel pick from Starlight that you and the club did. That's an amazing one as well that I keep sipping on. So
Cool.
But I've got about 40 bottles right now that I'm trying to figure through and see which ones are my favorite. Those are the main 3 that I really go to every time. So
I can tell you one of his favorite bottles that he's had.
Was that?
The Black Label Japanese Blantons that I let him
my
try
gosh,
one
that
night.
was amazing.
I had so many things lined up for you to try, and you were just like, "No, we're gonna stay right here on this bottle."
It
of
was
Blanton's."
too. It was so smooth.
funny.
And it was what? It's only 80 proof.
Yeah, it's only an 80 proof,
But it was
that's the
so
Jacaro
good. It had
Black.
so
Yeah.
much different flavors in it. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. So
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were like showing something
Okay.
off or what.
No,
there.
just a fat man getting hot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next thing for our Meet the Regulars segment. What are your each of you? What's your like one budget pour? Or let me even change that. You're at a dive bar with no whiskey selection. They have shelf staples. What's your bottle?
Maker's Mark or Wild Turkey 101. Generally, you have a higher chance of Maker's Mark before you do Wild Turkey, though.
all right. Man, I don't care for the budget bourbons for some reason. I just never have.
Mr. Bougie over
I know,
here.
right. But if they've got a Hotel Tango bourbon, I'd do that every time. So
Hey, you must go to bougie dive bars.
Bougie dive bars, nice.
you would actually be surprised at how many small town bars right now are really picking up the veteran owned beers and whiskeys right now.
Yeah.
So I always got to support our guys that defend our country. So
Yeah.
when they come out, and a lot of people are starting to buy that product now, you see it more often.
That's
Well,
cool.
and I know a couple of firefighters that actually did barrel picks with Hotel Tango and then sold them as fundraisers for the
Absolutely,
fire
yeah.
department. And I got one of them. Actually, I still have the bottle. I'll bring it in. We can try it sometime.
Right on.
Haven't opened it yet. But I've had a bottle of it, and
Mm-hmm.
it's actually the best thing I think I've had from Hotel Tango yet. So
Right on.
Okay, Eric, your face said it all. What's going on?
So, giving that whiskey a little bit more time to air, takes that marshmallow and starts taking it towards creme brulee for me. Some of that burnt sugar. It just, oof.
You actually really get that on the smell now.
Yeah,
As it's sat out in the
it
air, that
is.
you get that
Oh, yeah.
that burnt marshmallow just really big.
And it definitely has that like creamy note.
Yep.
I don't know,
does.
like
Yeah,
almost
it's-
dairy note.
Yeah,
you know?
it does. It's so good. This pairing is one that even after this is done being the pairing of the week, I am going back to way too often for my own good.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
probably definitely going to get a bottle of that Nulu. That is amazing. So
I'm sure it's got to be out in the stores by now.
We
It
bought
is.
Is it out
Is
there?
it?
Good.
Distributor.
Good.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing I like this whiskey kind of takes you on a little bit of a journey. You take the sip in there, and the heat kind of hits there just a little bit,
Right.
And then it mellows out, and then it goes down in your chest, and then you get that little warming. It's just like constantly changing as you
and it does.
swallow
it does.
it.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. But when it gets down to the very bottom, it hits that gut. It just hits, and then it goes, just slides
Smooth.
right off.
Yeah.
I will say the one thing I'm seeing is that it feels like that rye punch has kind of dropped off.
It
as
has.
Yeah,
It
it
has.
has. It has. It absolutely has.
And one thing Rob and I have been noticing lately with our pairings is the whiskey will just continue to get sweeter as the cigar takes up in strength, which is kind of
makes
as you're
sense.
going through
Oh, yeah.
it,
Yeah.
But the cigar, speaking of ticking up in strength, have you retrohaled lately?
Nope.
It found red pepper.
I will attempt to retrohale. Yeah. You might get a really
But
good
on
blooper.
on the palate, you're still getting that like toasted graham cracker, a lot of really dark chocolate.
Yeah. Well, and that's saying the retrohale hits you with the spice, strong red pepper, black pepper spice.
Right at
but
the
then on
end.
the tongue and on the palate, it's more of the almost that umami and the like you said, the toast. Not really toast, but more of the graham cracker, toasted graham cracker, and that just kind of hangs there and gets almost to the point of leathery.
Yeah.
But that's weird. I mean, how quick it goes from spice in the nose to just immediately just nice and smooth on the tongue.
Because you're getting a lot of red pepper now. In my opinion, a little bit of white pepper right off the end of it, and then I get the real dark chocolate leather toast on the tongue. So
that smoked to sip. This whiskey almost picked up a cinnamon quality in it for me.
I kind of noticed that when I just did mine. The spice kind of came back, but not in that rye way, more in that baking spice cinnamon vein.
It sure did.
But
a sweet cinnamon.
Sweet cinnamon, no doubt. But
more like a Brock
whiskey
cinnamon.
has almost picked up like a fireball note.
Yeah, I'm getting hints of fireball.
No. Dude, I got
drunkard.
I got like a cinnamon toast almost.
Yeah.
I can see that. Oh my gosh! Wow.
Could be like cinnamon toast crunch almost, like cereal.
Toast crunch.
We're not drinking the real bottle that tastes like cinnamon toast crunch.
I know that.
But the combo. How about that?
Oh, the combo.
The bottle itself is cinnamon toast crunch, but
so for science yesterday, Rob and I did a flight of 3 different batches of Joseph Magnus cigar blend.
Oh, good.
Ooh,
Lord.
yum.
for science.
For science.
Can I
We didn't enjoy
participate
any of it.
in this science experiment sometime?
He is an engineer.
Sometimes,
maybe.
But my bottle went home because I'm under half of it now.
Uh-oh.
So, but yes, we will do it.
What's your address?
Yes, we'll do it.
I'll show you where his house is.
Thanks, Isaiah. I know where he is most of the day, so.
Yeah.
So we had the 116, the 105, and the 83.
83.
His was the 83, mine was 105, and then
Yeah, so
actually
the
we
batch
got
116 drank sherry heavy.
Very
It was
sherry.
the lightest of the bunch and drank sherry heavy. Rob's, which was the 105, which you said is 125 proof.
yeah, right in that range.
Okay, it was a lot more balanced, but it had more of that cognac influence where it brought out a lot of those vanillas and was really
sweeter.
good. Mine, which was the highest proof of the bunch, it was
Like one proof higher.
126.
Yeah.
Batch 83. It was like Rob's, but it found rye spice
Okay.
at the
Oh,
end,
wow.
which is like Rob and I both settled on liking our bottles.
Yeah.
But I just love. I mean, I can get down with a spicy bourbon.
I was
going to
say, you are a self-admitted spice lover.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. So, but
Yeah,
Rob's
they were
is
all
delicious
great.
too.
I mean,
Now-
it was so crazy to see how different that 116 was from the other two. Because the other two had a little bit heavier mouthfeel,
Yeah.
a lot more on the palate, where the 116 was just very sweet and smooth.
Now,
Very smooth.
those cigar blends from Joseph Magnus, those are finished in cognac and sherry. Isn't there a
Yes.
third barrel?
Armagnac.
Armagnac, okay.
Yeah. And I think mine leaned a little more Armagnac heavy than
Yeah, where
Rob's
mine was
did.
more cognac, and then the
Okay.
other one was more sherry.
Yeah.
I
was
just couldn't
crazy.
remember what actually set it apart from the regular triple cask.
It's the Armagnac.
That's what
Yep.
it is.
So
Okay.
when I have heard them talk about blending it, I think they were on Bourbon Pursuit. They were saying that they basically finish all these things. They're not triple finishing the same thing. They're finishing and then batching together. They have like their caseload of here's all the barrels that are finished that are ready to go in the batch, and basically what comes out comes out. Because it's been a tried and proven method to get something interesting every time. Like they're all solid,
Oh, absolutely.
but it's not like they're blending for a certain Joseph Magnus cigar blend profile.
Right.
Which part of me almost wonders if Stag Junior is the same way, where they're just like, here's our Stag Junior cask, or I guess now it's just Stag.
Yeah.
But because those batches vary like crazy. Like batches 10 through 14, they're kind of in the same vein. Like what Stag Junior is to me, but 15, 16, and 17, like 15. Stag Junior batch 15, because it still was junior back then.
Yes, it was.
Drinks medicinal rye, like right at the end, which
It does.
is
Yeah, it
great,
does.
but it
little heat.
sneak up on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the 17 to me is a little sweeter.
Yeah.
'cause
Which I think is
brought
why I
in-
like 17 more than 15.
I brought in the 15, and you and I killed off that bottle
Yeah.
through a few trips.
Yep. Yep. And I've killed off the last. I think the one I've got left is a 17, I believe.
Yeah.
Which I took that one home and left it unopened for now. So we killed yours, we killed mine. Now I got one more.
I feel like a bourbon elementary kid sitting with the college kids right now because I haven't tried any of them yet.
Well, if you just
will.
show up to my house,
will.
I know,
and,
right?
and you gotta let go of the Black Blanton's bottle and actually try the other stuff I'm suggesting.
Yeah. As much as Eric has got, he's one of the most giving guys with his
absolutely.
bourbon,
yeah.
Oh my
which
gosh.
I love that about you, Eric. That there's a lot of people that are like, oh, here's my, like, I fully believe if you had a Pappy and BTAC collection, you'd be like, oh, you want to pour?
Here you go.
I can tell you right now, if I won a Pappy lottery, first thing I'm doing is I'm going to crack it in the parking lot and take a bottle chug off of it and be
Yeah.
like, come on,
Nice.
we're drinking this.
Let's
We're
go.
having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That or I'm going to call people up for a random whiskey Wednesday and just set it on the table and be like, so we're drinking this tonight?
I think that would probably be the only thing drank.
Oh,
honestly.
absolutely. I'd just be like, so we're going to open it and we're going to see how far we can get down.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. You know, the Indiana Bourbon Club, we do those meetups, and what happens is you have people, you know, like this guy, and you're getting there too,
Yes, sir.
Isaiah. We all try to bring something special.
Yep.
Not just like, oh, I want to get this off my shelf. I'm going to throw it out here. Everyone brings something really special, and you get to try some crazy good bottles. So,
Absolutely,
you know,
absolutely.
if you're not a part of the club yet, be a part of the club and, you know, bring something special to share, and you're going to get to try a crazy amount of great whiskey.
Crazy great bourbon.
And if you're Brandon Whistler, you're going to be trying a lot of really good whiskey.
Oh
But
yes.
you
Oh
won't
yes.
remember how any of
You
them
don't remember
taste.
how it tastes.
I'm lucky
Because
my,
of the
No, I'm
bacon.
kidding.
It was the candied bacon.
The candied bacon put him over the top.
Yeah.
That's where you know I say that I won the wife lottery is, you know, when I joined the bourbon club I didn't know what I was getting into, and you can go to these meetups for a couple hours and you're staggering to your car, and my wife will stay sober just so I can try the things that I want to try.
That's one
So-
thing I will say. You can learn from this couple here is they go out, and when they go out, they pregame it before they get here.
Absolutely.
They're like,
Who's
one of us is
drinking,
going to
who's
be
not?
drinking, and one of us is not, and always have a sober ride home. and
Yes,
that,
sir.
you know, that doesn't happen all the time, and it's something that should happen every
Yep,
time.
Agreed. So,
Lisa had to be someone's Uber yesterday.
oh,
Lisa,
yeah.
Lisa and Chris both. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no.
But
Yeah.
as a matter of fact, me and Eric were talking about the.
At 2 o'clock in the afternoon, by the way, too.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Yes.
Me and Eric, when we first got here and acquired 2 seats in the cigar garden, the fact that the bourbon and cigar families that we've grown just here are just some of the most amazing people you'll ever meet in your life. They are
Yeah.
the people that would do anything for you and vice versa. So if you got a local cigar place, you know, if you don't, Final Third, you know, they'll be glad to be your
Absolutely.
local cigar place and hang out. But these guys, just a bunch of education if you're just new getting into it. So
Well, and I mean, just for example, you know, you live in Morristown.
Yes, sir.
You live in Shelbyville. You live on the east side of Indy.
Yeah.
And Brandon lives out or
Hagerstown.
Yeah, Hagerstown, yeah.
You've got the Bothers that live in New Pal.
New Pal.
And
You got a bunch of people.
They all met here.
Yep.
And they
Yeah.
all get together now and hang out at the houses and, you know,
Yeah.
eat and drink and have fun. And I think that's the cool thing about this.
Absolutely.
You can really meet some great people at a lounge and then become good friends outside of the lounge too.
Speaking of the Bothers, they did a Whiskey Wednesday with myself and Eric, and
Isaiah was there,
was there. They cooked us supper, and Kitty
And
was there.
Kitty.
Kitty, the dog, amazing pup. And of course, Mike made the candy bacon again. Oh my gosh, man! It was a great, enjoyable time with great people. So
And that's another good spotlight. I'm glad you said that. Mike is making
the jerky,
now.
yes.
And we've got it in here. Basically, all the proceeds that they're making on that are going to rescues
it is
of
a dog
healers.
rescue, yeah, healer rescue,
Healer
yeah.
rescue. And they're big lovers of healers.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Spencer,
they did lose theirs.
They did lose Spencer. He was an older dog, great dog. He used to hang out here on the patio, and this is just their way to give back.
So we've got these little snack packs of beef jerky.
Got
at the
2
lounge.
ounces of jerky.
Yeah, there's a this one's the bourbon maple,
And it is
there's
amazing.
Another one that's just called spicy.
And it's not like super spicy. It's just got the flavors of the spice, which is nice.
Absolutely, and honestly, fantastic quality jerky.
Absolutely, it
And
is.
for what you're getting. Amazing price too.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I mean, I think we got $8 on them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if you go to the seriously, you're going to the gas station and you're taking a road trip and you get one of those big bags, you're probably not getting much more than this.
Right.
And those big bags are going to be 16 to 25
$20.
bucks.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
it's just stupid how expensive it is, but. Like I said, he's just donating his time. He's got extra time during the week, so he's making it, and he's just raising whatever money he can make for this. And I think it's a great thing.
I'm telling you what, that Nulu is amazing. Oh my gosh.
That it
I've
really is.
Actually finished my pour and going to do another one, so if Rob doesn't mind.
No, that's what the bottle's here for, buddy.
I already refilled my cup. Shoot.
It's all good.
Thank you,
We
sir.
got
I
to get
appreciate
lubed
you.
up before the Notre Dame game because they're probably going
Absolutely.
down today. So.
Why you got to be like that,
Who
man?
are they playing, by the way?
I don't know if it's... No, Clemson's, I think, it's next
They're
week.
probably playing an SEC team, and they're going to get just throttled.
Why do you got to be like that? That's not nice.
Dan, you got to realize I am nothing more than a shit starter.
Mother trucker. That's, I'm going to have to...
want to make sure it was recording.
Yeah.
I have hit this point before. We're like, oh, crap, it didn't start recording.
That means we'd have to
They're
start
really-
over. That's all right.
Darn.
Darn it.
There really needs to be like some little red light or something
know.
that lets you know.
Come on,
Well,
come on,
we had-
Apple. Put a
if-
red dot
If
on
we
the back.
had a real camera,
We do need to get a real camera.
Hey,
for
I
that.
could-
Although the
I've-
camera on that is
it's great.
so freaking good. You're doing 4K video.
I've got a GoPro 8 or a GoPro 5, 6, something like that. If you want to borrow it, no problem.
Yeah, I want to have it here.
Okay.
I want to. So I actually,
having a GoPro for the shop would be
it'd be kind of cool.
it would be cool.
That'd be neat.
I
For
need to.
events,
I need
that
to
would
buy
be
the.
fun.
I need to buy the. What's that thing you got over there? You're plugging everything into. Is that a mixer? Or is that a?
It's just a recorder.
Except
Just
we can't let
recorder.
other people borrow it because they don't pay attention and do what people ask them to do with it.
Yeah.
I know.
Poor Isaiah was like,
I had some buddies borrow my audio recorder. Like it's as far as audio products go, it's not crazy expensive. It's still $350.
absolutely.
Like I don't make money like that.
No.
For you to, I told him, I said, hey, use your own SD card and replace the batteries because you can plug it in, but it's so much more convenient if you just run 4 AA's. You know what they did?
Run your batteries dead.
Run my batteries dead and use my SD card.
That's
I
just
was
not
like,
nice.
That's rude, you guys. Come on.
Always respect your friends' wishes with their
That's right.
equipment.
With their equipment.
Yes.
That's right.
it.
Or just don't borrow it. In the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
place.
Just buy your
Yeah.
own shit.
Yeah, but oh well.
And by the way, today our hat wear is brought to you by Crowned Heads with this
Yeah.
beautiful hat and that beautiful hat.
I do like the church hat.
That-
I
that-
do.
they're both
It fits
looking
the
pretty
pastor.
awesome.
It fits the pastor well.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
Have you smoked a Mother Church?
I have not yet.
Okay.
You still got any left?
Yes. I'm kind of waiting on them because
Alright.
they came a little fresh.
Yeah.
Okay,
It was
okay.
still good though. It
Yeah,
was
it's
still really good.
It's gonna be a good probably in another month or so. It's gonna be a good medium-ish bodied. It's a Habano.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's cool.
And it's one we can't get here. Otherwise, we would.
Okay. Okay.
That one's exclusive to the Nashville market, isn't it?
Well, that's what they say, but it's available at every Casa de Monte Cristo. And it's also because they did it for Casa de Monte Cristo in Nashville.
Oh.
And which also means that it's available at Casa de Monte Cristo's parent company, JR Cigars.
Okay.
I didn't realize that that was Casa de Monte's.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
that's good to know because when I go back to Illinois, there's a Casa de Monte Cristo
Yeah,
not
you'll
too far
find it.
from me.
If you hit me up.
I will.
Yeah.
Just hit me up.
Well, and speaking of Crowned Heads, we're working on doing an event hopefully around the Christmas time, maybe a little bit middle of December,
All right. On.
where we're gonna have Crowned Heads come out here and bring Angel's Envy out
Oh, yeah.
and do a pairing. Do a
Brown
little
Heads
bit.
okay.
Christmas party at Final Third.
I'm
There you
thinking
go.
so. I'm
Are we-
thinking
Rob's
so.
gonna
Are-
dress like Santa. And Lisa's gonna be Mrs.
So
Claus.
basically, I'm gonna put a red hat on.
Are you
him.
going to
I
be
got
the
you.
elf?
Can we see
I'm
if
too fat
I take
for
it
elves.
David is
No,
going
you're
to be
not.
here for that,
I'll
or
be
can
the
we get
throne.
Jake to come out? Or?
Jake's actually the one working on it.
Oh, right on. Awesome.
I know Jake owes Dave a favor because Dave had to do an event for him in his territory. So
Okay.
Jake's probably going to do this one here in his.
That's awesome.
And so yeah, it'll probably be Jake. We'll see if we can get Dave here
Dave-
too.
yeah.
Just depends on his schedule, but definitely have Jake in here.
Not gonna lie, Jake and David are two great people. So
They are.
they really have a heart for their product. So
They absolutely do.
And Jake, Jake his name's Jake Sanders. He actually used to be at Burn. He was a GM down there at Burn here in Indianapolis,
Yep.
and he's just a really solid young guy.
absolutely,
And he loves what he does.
absolutely.
So
Hey, real quick, if you've retrohaled recently, knows this whiskey. It is the most butterscotchy vanilla.
Whoa.
Like, it's just
it smells like a baking shop.
Oh wow.
does.
oh yeah,
I never thought that with the retro hell right afterwards.
I'll tell you, that's the fun thing about pairing. When you start playing around with it, there's no rhyme or reason to it. You take a drink, then take a puff, take a drink.
Yeah.
Retro hail, smell. I mean, all the things just play together.
Actually,
And,
I did the retro hell and then the smell and the vanilla that comes out with it.
It really
Holy
does.
cow.
It really
Wow.
does. And that's the thing. I know you said it earlier, but I'm going to say it again. This, to me, is probably the most toasted of any of the toasted products I've ever had.
I'd have to agree. That's
In a really good way. Now, you could over toast it and it could be terrible. This is actually really delicious.
Well, I don't think you can over toast it to where it's terrible. It'll.
I mean, if it gets
you're-
a char,
I mean,
kinda
if you
going
get to
from
a
the
char
toast.
taste,
well, then
yeah.
it's not a toast.
yeah. No.
True, that's true.
So most, if not all, toasted bourbons are just using French oak staves, which are what's normally used in wines.
So they're not
Okay.
actually toasting the staves themselves,
No, so
or is it just
they
the
get
stave
them,
getting the flavor?
They get them hot enough to basically bring out the wood
Caramelize
sugars
them, yeah.
and leave it there. Like
Gotcha.
you
Oh,
open
okay.
up a wine barrel and it is not charred.
No.
It's a little bit darker than the outside, but it's not charred.
Just heat the wood up.
Heat it up.
You're not
I
toasting
mean,
the wood.
basically,
It's like toasting bread.
they're putting it in a big oven. So,
Okay.
so it's pretty cool. But like Starlight does it with their French oak, double oak. Those are all toasted, whether people want to admit it or not, because you won't find French oak barrels that are charred. You
Okay.
just don't do that.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Like I said, education right here, people. Education.
Yeah.
Well, is
it's
it
fun.
education or is it me just bullshitting you all the way down the rabbit
And I'm
hole?
hoping it's not, because I really take what you say to heart sometimes. So don't screw me, man.
Yeah,
don't
don't
screw
screw
me.
me.
I never would. You know that. You're a hell of a lot bigger than me. I ain't lying to you.
That'd be a little tough for you.
Right.
Are we talking big spoon, little spoon here, or what?
Well, he's
I'm not-
definitely the little spoon. I'm just saying.
He's
Again, $20 is $20. You know?
Exactly.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm the big spoon. I'll crawl on your back like a backpack, old boy.
oh my god!
There we go.
Oh my god!
Straight to explicit like
Yeah,
that.
There's that explicit tag for you, buddy.
I'm thinking we're paying for this one, boys.
All right.
Yeah.
He'll be fine. He'll be
And this was great.
Demonetized right now.
Oh, monetize. What's that?
Yeah, our number one video has 162 views. I saw this morning.
That's all we
Are you
got.
serious?
So, yeah.
Dude, man, that stinks.
No, it
I-
doesn't stink.
Well,
Like,
no, that's really good for what this is.
Yeah,
this
but-
is it's a cigar
Right,
lounge putting out a pairing episode on a platform like YouTube, which doesn't promote alcohol or
Right,
tobacco.
right.
and we
Right.
really haven't promoted it hardly at all. Last night, I think, is one of
I
the first
do.
times I posted it out.
I
yeah,
do.
you do.
I
You
always do, because I think you guys, like I said, man, just the education you get with the pairing.
Yeah.
Not only do you get the comedic relief of father and son being total jackasses, you get a lot of cigar and bourbon education as you guys talk about it. So, like I said, man, if you're new and you want good quality education on this stuff, and definitely follow this this podcast, YouTube, whatever it is. So
We need to put it on a podcast platform.
We
I think
do.
need
I
to do that.
I agree.
I need your help on that because I know how I've tried it before, and I'm like,
I've
that's more
always
work
told
than what I
Rob
want to
one or
do.
the other.
No.
Yeah.
No,
We
you
can-
need them both.
We
I
can
mean,
put it on both, and you know what we can do? We
can
can
we do?
subsequent extra episodes and put me and Dan. Just give
Oh,
us some microphones.
absolutely.
We'll create some extra filler content.
absolutely.
Lieutenant Dan and,
Oh, here we
and
go.
Bourbon Cowboy.
Lieutenant Dan and the Cowboy.
No, it's Dan the Cigar Man. I
Dan
haven't,
Dan the
I haven't
Cigar
been
Man.
a lieutenant in so
Dan
many
Dan.
years.
No,
Ding
well, the
dong
fact that you
Dan.
were Lieutenant Everett, no, you are now
No,
Lieutenant
got
Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant
He is.
Dan.
It's Lieutenant and the Cowboy.
It
There
would,
it
it
is.
would
Right
be
on.
funny to let Dan have his own segment on here and just
Oh,
have
gosh.
him be like, today we got Lieutenant Dan and Dr. Johnston.
That would be
Actually,
amazing.
Cheers.
Oh,
To
cheers.
Scott
Cheers to Scott
Johnston.
Johnston.
Shout out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you know what? We brought him up earlier. Cheers to Spencer.
Spencer,
Spencer.
absolutely.
Yeah.
One more, Jen and Mike.
Man,
Bothers,
you guys
yeah.
are gonna have
Drink, baby. Drink it up.
All right, enough cheers.
Oh, that's amazing.
Okay.
But it's so good.
It is good.
Question for both of you. What are your either daily smokes or budget smokes? Hey there.
Dan, I'll let you take that. You've been smoking a lot longer than me.
I honestly, for a budget smoke, and of course Rob doesn't carry it, and I feel
That's
I
all
don't
right.
feel bad.
No, this
but
is you as a
This is
person.
you.
The
Yeah.
CAO MX2 for the price point is a solid stick. That's one that I keep in my humidor daily.
Would you consider that a budget stick? It's still like almost $10.
It's $8.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like $8.
I thought it went up
It's-
to 10.
It's not. If it has, I haven't seen it yet. So, but I buy boxes at a time. So,
Gotcha.
so you know, it's just a good quality smoke. It's every day. You know, I could light one of those up and be happy.
Yeah.
You know, not even drinking bourbon or anything like at the firehouse. You know, if I'm outside or doing something in the bays, I mean that's a good quality smoke to just to chew on. So.
Cool.
So we're just doing the budget daily stick. For me, that hands down would have to be the Artero Fuente Curly Head.
Oh, there you go.
Good stick.
I
yeah.
really, I fell in love with cigars smoking Fuente's Hemingway line and finding the Curly Head. There's nothing inherently special about it, but it's built well enough and it's at a price point that I enjoy, being about $4 a stick.
Oh, there you go.
That I can enjoy them, and if I only get to smoke half of it because I have to go take off and do something, I don't care, and
Yeah.
it doesn't hurt my pocketbook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I am with the MX2. I mean, if it would catch a run and I have to light it 4 or 5 times, it still tastes good. So,
Yeah.
Good. Good.
Okay. Next, top 3 cigars. Each of you.
Dan, I'm going to let you go first.
top 3.
Or your top 3 in your rotation currently. It could be either top 3 of all time or what's hit the 3 that are hitting your palate well right now.
I know one because I think you were smoking it when you got
Yeah,
here.
yeah. I've got to say the street taco
Barbacoa.
the barbacoa. It is one of the most.
It's 12:02
It's
in
12:02
Ingalls,
in
Indiana.
Ingalls, Indiana,
The
right on.
Tornado sirens are going off.
Yeah. So, wow, that is really
Yeah, you might
loud
wait a
right here.
second.
Holy
Yeah.
It's gonna keep
cow!
Yeah,
going.
don't open the door when that's going on.
Does it do it just for like a minute, or does it like a 4
Not
or
a full
5
minute.
thing?
I think it goes 2 rotations around.
Okay.
I think. I don't remember.
We've got one of those 11 o'clock on Fridays at the firehouse. Don't have the bay doors open because they have one right on our bay apron. Just
Yeah.
right next to it. Oh my gosh,
Well,
it's,
it's
so
weird.
loud.
I don't know why they do this, but they don't do noon straight up. It's 12:02 every week.
Really?
Well, I
See,
think
ours
it's
is-
because
Their
their
clock's off.
It is.
Ours is 11 a.m. So if you're like pressure checking your eyelids for holes for some reason at the firehouse,
It'll
you
wake
won't
you
be
right
at
up.
11 o'clock. That's on Fridays.
Nice.
So
Pressure
you are
checking your eyelids. for
well,
holes.
technically, we're not supposed to sleep during the day.
Okay.
So to get away from that, we are pressure
3
checking our
rotations.
eyelids for holes.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Understandable.
got to get around them rules, brother. Come on now.
There's
Yeah.
always a gray area. If you ain't cheating, you
Absolutely.
ain't trying.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we got the barbacoa.
So we got the barbacoa. My second, and then Isaiah's kind of picked on me about it, but it would be the Crown Cigars Prince.
I'm not picking on you about it. I'm just surprised by it.
Because I do like the good Maduros, but that is a solid, just from start to finish, good cigar.
It really is.
It burns good. It lights good. you get several different notes on the thirds on it. You know, the first third, you got kind of like some earthy stuff. You get into the mids parts of it, you get the the baked goods kind of thing. And at the end, you get a lot of leather out of it, in my opinion, which is odd for a Connecticut?
Yeah.
So to me, that's just an amazing point to that cigar.
Good deal.
And then my third would probably be the Espinosa Knuckle Sandwich Habano.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, dude, such an amazing stick.
Has Rob shown you yet?
Shown me what, Rob?
The little test blend.
We got the test blend. So we have
Like
Oh,
the little bitty
They're like
Coronas.
petite Coronas.
Really?
And they were the test blends that they sent to Guy Fieri.
We haven't set them out yet.
I haven't yet.
I think Dan's about to buy some
well,
today.
well, if you go on and
They're
just,
half the price of the other ones.
just go ahead and give me a couple of those, that'd be amazing.
So we
but
got, we
No,
got
they're
a
already
bundle.
in the system, so
Oh, right
remind
on.
us when we're done
Yeah, I
with
think
this
they're
and
like
I'll
$6.99
grab some
a
for
piece.
you.
oh, that is not bad. Dude, that'd be a good everyday smoke probably then for
Yeah.
$6-7. Hell
Could
yeah.
be. I don't think there's that many of them out there though. That's the
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
Bundles of 25.
Yeah, I got
wow.
I got 2 bundles of them sitting back you know,
hell,
for
okay.
science.
if they're
For
good,
science.
I might buy a whole bundle.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
but yeah, those,
plus
those,
you get the bundle discounts, so you're getting them even
right,
cheaper.
even cheaper. Absolutely.
So it's actually
Dan,
kinda
it's
nice.
about to be an expensive day for us.
It sounds like it possibly could be.
Sorry,
So
you
But I'll tell you,
guys.
you know how
Sorry, Jamie.
You know how
don't,
that,
don't you apologize. You're not sorry.
no.
Not really. It's not my money, man.
You know how the Toro is got spice.
oh, absolutely.
And the Corona Gorda just punches
Oh,
you.
right in the mouth.
Yeah, this one goes up even more.
Oh, that's awesome. So
Now it's a quicker smoke, obviously, being a
Obviously,
small
but
Corona.
still.
But it'd be perfect to sit at the firehouse and
absolutely.
know you got half an hour and you can smoke it.
yes,
so.
sir. Yes, sir. So that would be probably
That'd be
my
your
top three. So.
Okay.
Nice.
Top 3. Eric, what you got?
So I'll give you my top 3, but then there's been a transition that splays out. You'll see what I'm going with. So the one that I always go back to
Rocky
is
A10.
I'm not gonna lie. The Rocky number 6 is actually not a bad stick for the Rocky
I haven't
Patel line.
smoked
So
I don't like you anymore, Isaiah. Moving on. There's one cigar I always go back to, and I mentioned it earlier. It's the Arturo Fuente Hemingway line. And I generally will get those for some special occasions, but since finding Final Third and wanting to support Rob more, I've pretty well transitioned over to the Aladino Cameroon or the La Galera Cameroons. That
Imperial
Cameroon
Jade.
wrapper puts a lot of earthiness to stuff, and for me, that's right in my palate's sweet zone. So I really enjoy it.
And that's the cool thing about that, too, is those 2 Cameroons are like night and day from each
Yeah,
other.
they
Because
really
the
are.
Jade's a little bit more
Absolutely.
full-bodied.
Yep.
Well,
The
the-
Cameroon
yes.
from Aladino has actually got a little
Jade
bit lighter.
is a legit African Cameroon.
Yes, it
Yeah.
And the Aladino is a Honduran
Exactly.
Cameroon.
Right, right.
But it's also the blend underneath that's a lot milder on the Aladino.
Yeah.
So
It
you
is.
get 2 different representations of Cameroon,
do.
which is awesome.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of why I pretty well transitioned over to those.
Nice.
Another one for me would definitely be the Plasencia Almafuerte, specifically in
Solid
the
smoke right there.
Salomon 7, the Figurado size. It's like a 3-hour smoke for me, and these two know I love long smoking cigars.
Yeah.
I am somebody who will grab the patent out of
I say, have
here
you had the
and-
patent? Yes,
Oh,
that is
yeah.
amazing for about a
if
2.5, 3-hour smoke.
Like, I'm all about Churchill size. That's one of my favorite sizes. Just give me something that's going to last 2 hours plus.
Have you seen the Asylum number 9 yet?
Yes, I have.
Oh my gosh, those things are huge.
Those things are.
There's-
That's the 9x90.
That's a 9 by
Yes.
90.
Yes.
So there's actually a Asylum cigar. It's the
I'd have to use my pocket knife to cut that.
Oh,
I don't have-
absolutely.
I
It
don't
is
have a knife.
huge,
I don't
yes.
have a
It's-
cutter.
I don't have a
that
cutter
goes
that
with
it's
will
the
do
knife.
called
it.
the Psycho or the Schizophrenic.
Yes, I do.
What is
Yes.
your phone saying?
It
bud?
says, I suffer from short-term memory loss.
Why does it say that?
Because I suffer from short-term memory loss.
Oh, okay.
It reminds me that there are things that I am going to forget.
So it
immensely.
just reminds
It
you
reminds
randomly.
me randomly. Yes, randomly.
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 You all right, man?
Do we need to call the ambulance?
Remember, I'm a
Ambulance.
bourbon elementary guy, okay, and I've had 2 pours already.
It's saying it again.
Somebody is wanting me. It's my text message.
Oh, it's your text.
Okay.
I gotcha.
What the?
All right, so what's
So-
your next one?
Is this psychotic?
My next one would probably be a new favorite for me that I've started smoking here is the
Ooh,
Tabernacle.
Yeah, that's a great cigar.
That is
I'm finding that I
amazing.
really love anything with that kind of Connecticut broadleaf or just in that vein of cigar.
Yeah.
Those notes are they are right where I want them to be for me, and I really love them.
The Tabernacle is an amazing oily
But
broadleaf.
I do have to give an
Just
honorable mention.
Great thing.
I never smoked Lanceros before till I got here.
Right.
And now the Aladino Maduro Lancero is a sweet treat.
Okay.
I'll tell you
I'm
what.
going to float you something here, too. The Aladino Cameroon Elegante Lancero there.
I know.
Oh,
I need
nice.
to finally go for it.
if you
but
like that cigar, you will love it in the Elegante.
I know I will, but I talk too much. That's why I can't smoke
I know.
Lanceros. half the
And-
time.
and-
they go out and I got to
On the
relight
same
them 20
note,
times.
that Tabernacle Lancero,
And I've not had that
amazing.
yet. I've been
Oh
wanting
my
to get
gosh,
that.
it is
They've never had it in
amazing.
stock. And actually, I'll be ordering directly from Foundation, so
Okay.
we'll be getting some of
yeah,
those in.
I think the Tabernacle Lancero is probably one of Foundation's top cigars, in my opinion.
That's cool.
And they're like buttholes, and most of them stink. But in my opinion, that is one of the greatest Lanceros I've ever smoked. So
Okay. And we do, and that's one thing, we're a little unique to a lot of humidors. We have quite a few Lanceros.
yeah, absolutely.
We're not afraid to bring them in because, I know they don't sell themselves, but
Right.
it's not the whole
We
point of the
sell 'em.
cigar to sell itself. It's, we'll share with you what's good, and then you try it, and then you realize, oh, this is good.
And again, in my opinion, like I said, if the company has a Lancero of another cigar that they have in their line, try that Lancero because you're going to get so many different notes from that Lancero than you would like a Toro or a Robusto.
Yeah.
They could both be amazing sticks and have a lot of flavor points, but that Lancero either brings those flavor points out tenfold or they have so many different notes by themselves with the same tobacco.
Agree.
So-
Agree. Yeah. That you get that more of that wrapper that just gives you all the flavor.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna pick your game over on for you, buddy.
Thanks. Because they're going to win today. I'm telling you. I feel it in my heart that they're going to want butt like they did last week. So
There you go.
Well, they're
Notre
up
Dame's up
7-0.
7-0.
that's
Syracuse.
Is it Syracuse? Okay. I didn't know if it was Clemson or Syracuse this week. So
All right, they might actually beat Syracuse.
Well,
Although
Syracuse
is a
ranked.
good team.
They're ranked.
they
right
they
now.
are a ranked college right now. So
Notre Dame doesn't know anything about that.
why you got to be again?
No.
Why you got to be like that?
Yeah, they did.
They were ranked right
they
before
actually
Ohio
played a
State.
game. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and here's the other thing. Notre Dame, I mean, they just can't make up their mind. What conference do they want to be in?
I know. You know what? I've been a hardcore Notre Dame fan ever since I was little, and no matter win or lose, I'm still going to be a Notre Dame fan.
Yeah.
My youngest daughter's an Ohio State fan, and she straight up said, Ohio State's going to womp us, and I'm like, no,
The
they're not,
Suckeyes?
they're not, and they did, but they didn't beat the numbers.
they covered the spread.
Yeah,
big
yeah,
time.
the spread.
Notre
So,
Dame
I-
fans won that day.
I was happy about the outcome, even though we still lost. So.
Yeah.
Every Notre Dame fan that bet on that game bet on them
They
to win.
absolutely
Or not to win,
to
but
win to
cover.
lose. Yep, to cover.
Okay.
They
Yep.
all covered.
We've got to get into end of
Pulpit.
second, third notes.
Oh, we
Yeah.
do. We
The
do.
Because
pulpit.
we're
Because
getting
she
kinda-
has changed.
Yeah.
Go.
Where we at?
Spice has come back into this cigar quite a bit. In a nice way. I'd say some good amount of black peppers there now.
Yeah.
The inherent sweetness is kind of gone,
Yeah.
or it's been pushed to the back.
Wow.
But it is still a stellar smoke. It's smoking clean. I haven't had to touch up.
Dude,
I
that-
will say the retro hail.
Oh my gosh! I just hit
Hangs.
it. Yeah, it does,
Yeah, it
and it's
hangs.
just sitting there.
So it starts with red, then finishes with black pepper,
Yep,
and then it just like hangs on
absolutely.
the. Like right now, I'm still.
I'm
feeling
still
the
healing.
pepper.
Yep.
Okay,
like
so
so,
I
yeah.
just went smoke to sip, and that's almost butterscotchy now to me.
Oh wow!
Ooh,
I've
I
got
had
the.
just a little bit left in my glass, and yeah.
I'm getting a lot
Oh,
more
yeah.
earth on the tongue now. A lot more of the spice on the tongue now. So
Yeah, I think the
it's-
chocolatiness of the cigar is,
it's almost
Gone
gone.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but there's
Or
still
very, very subtle.
There is still that bready, like sweet bready thing on
Yeah.
the cigar. This is changing beautifully.
It is. It is. I'll tell you. I mean, Alan.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
the owner of Family by Loyalty. He did a really nice job blending this, and I know he worked with Jonas at the Blackbird Factory to get this done. It's a really good
Wow.
representation. I mean, if you look at the box, it does remind you of Blackbird, just the way their packaging is, the way their bands are a little longer, stuff like that. but the blends are totally unique to their line. Like the skull is that Kubra wrapper, which I'm assuming is very similar, if not the same wrapper as the Unkind.
Yeah.
Two totally different cigars.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's kind of cool what they're doing with the blends.
Man, the retrohale on this, it just like keeps staying.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
It hangs.
And it hits you
now
hard.
I feel like Dan being the elementary kid in class here for cigars because I don't even know how to retrohale.
Oh.
Yeah,
Like,
that
can't force it.
Okay.
I've
that
tried.
retro hill, man, it hits you right off the bat and just sits there.
Okay, Dan.
Sure.
We're teaching Eric how to retrohale today.
How to retro hail? Basically, buddy, you just take a draw in and close your mouth and do it out your nose.
So I always send
Yeah.
my tongue to the roof of my mouth and breathe out
absolutely.
the nose.
Yep.
Don't retrohale all of the smoke.
No,
especially
gosh,
Literally
no.
blow
It will
out most
hurt.
of the smoke in the
Yep.
last little bit. Kind of push it out your nose. There you go.
There you go. You feel that spice just like
Yeah,
hits you
okay.
right there in your
Yeah.
sinuses.
And it really connects with your olfactory
Wow.
senses, and it pops the flavors. And the cool thing is, it's no different than what you're doing with your whiskey when you're nosing
absolutely,
it.
yeah.
So you're doing the same thing reverse.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, you can't
wow.
really suck
That-
in
I
smoke
see-
through your
now-
nose.
Yeah.
Now I see what you guys are talking about. That hangs there in your
Yeah,
nose,
it
Yeah.
does.
man.
It does.
Ooh,
And now
that
take a
is
quick drink
good.
of that and see how sweet that gets.
Yeah.
A quick thank you out to Rob and Isaiah for having us on tonight.
Oh no, thank you
Like
guys.
this pairing, it's amazing. The education we get, and now I see what they see, while they're doing this. It's pretty amazing. So thank you guys
Yeah,
for having us out.
I mean, the thing about this and having guests on that's been good for me is seeing other people's reaction to these pairings, because we'll occasionally have somebody who comes in and gets them, but I never get their immediate reaction to it. I'll just be like, hey, how is that for you?
Right.
Okay.
But
okay.
like hearing
Yeah.
your immediate reactions and experiencing it with us, like that's a treat
And
in
that's,
itself.
you brought up earlier about me always sharing whiskey with people. That's like the one thing people ask for samples from me, and I'm always hesitant to give them. And it's not because I don't want to share my whiskey. It's because I don't want to miss out on watching somebody's reaction, somebody's genuine reaction.
Yeah, I will
to
say
something that I gave them.
That is something I've definitely noticed in you is like, it's not that you love sharing whiskey. You love sharing an experience with people, and you like to experience it
Absolutely.
with them.
Absolutely.
And that is a lot of fun.
Yeah, and that's the first time I went over to Eric's house and seen his collection. I was like, oh my gosh. And I even brought 4 bottles just, to try. And we ended up just drinking out of his selection because it was just so amazing. And that, like I said, the Blantons, oh my God.
Okay, we gotta back up here for a second. So you said Jephthah
Creed. Yes,
is one of your favorites.
absolutely.
Are you talking about the one that is like super dusty library book type notes in it? Is that the one he's talking
He's
about?
talking about the 4 grain.
Yeah. It's,
the 4
yeah,
grain,
the 4
okay.
grain. The one that's like, I think it's like $60.
Did you come
It's-
to the?
I did. I was working. I couldn't.
Okay, I didn't
yeah,
think you were
I so
here.
wanted to.
Because we got the one, and it was I think they call it their high rye.
No, it should be called their high rye bourbon mash.
Okay, we
bill,
were
but
just calling it that.
instead,
Okay.
it's called rye bourbon mash.
And it was.
sounds
I mean,
amazing.
It's not.
literally, it was
It's not.
dusty
Really?
in library books on the flavor.
Oh,
And on
wow.
the nose.
I
I mean, it was.
I'm not one to bash brands, but
No, it
there
wasn't
is-
a bashing. It was just something we didn't like. I mean,
Okay. Yeah. The one I've got.
They're the type of family that seems to have gotten into bourbon when it was in boom, and to me, as far as tasting it and all of that, they're trying to do grain to bottle, all of that stuff. They don't have a typical bourbon drinker's palate.
no, and
Okay.
they are really all in on Bloody Butcher.
Yeah.
So everything
And I'm
they
pretty
have
sure
has
that's
a lot
the
of
one
Bloody
I
Butcher.
have,
And
is
I
the
think
Bloody
that's
Butcher.
what the one was. It was just so much Bloody Butcher that it became just very, very dusty.
Okay.
Well,
Now-
that's because they're malting all of it.
Yeah.
Oh, they're malting the corn?
Yes.
Oh.
Which, like, it's one thing if you're using a Bloody Butcher. It's another thing if you're malting Bloody Butcher, malting the rye that's in there, malting the wheat that's in there, malting
The barley.
Like this,
All of it.
it's all malted.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's way better than just pitching enzymes in your mash bill, but it's overkill.
It
Way
really
over.
was.
Yeah.
Now I'm
It
the
was.
elementary kid, but the one I've got,
So
there's a lot of sweet notes to it. A lot
Yeah.
of real. I mean, it's not real harsh on the palate at all.
We had the
So-
4 grain when they were here,
yeah,
Okay.
and that was solid.
and it was good.
Okay.
And actually, the red, white, blue that they're coming out with, which is using red corn, white corn, and blue corn.
Okay.
It was actually probably, in my opinion, the best of the ones. That it was between that one and the one you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I was still trying to figure out, was it because it was the last one, and I really, really didn't like that dusty book. I don't know what it was.
I'm not sure I would like that either, because from the way it sounds, it's like it's aged too long
Well,
for what it is.
it's not though.
Really?
It's young.
They're
and
aging.
Is it
well,
really
they're
young?
using small barrels
It's
too.
Okay.
It's just
Or
no, they're in
not. They're using
53s.
53s. That's right. They are.
It's just an odd flavor profile. And we got Lisa.
Hey.
Don't turn it off.
Is it still recording?
Lisa, don't turn it off.
Is it
Last time we
still
did that-
I
recording?
saw a cat.
yeah.
Cat just flashed across her eyes like,
Yeah. Last week or 2 weeks ago, we did the finish of the pulpit part, and she just shut it right off.
Oh,
We're like,
no,
no, we need it.
we got
going.
lots
She
more
thought
to
we were
go.
done. She thought
So
we were done.
we're talking about Bloody Butcher, and
Yeah.
then
Yes,
in the malting.
the malting.
Okay,
Yes.
so malting sounds like a really complicated process, but really all it
Simplest thing in the world.
is getting whatever it is seed to actually start sprouting, and then you kill it.
and
Oh,
you're
wow.
you're not even actually getting it to sprout. All you're doing, and I'm not trying to like one up you, Isaiah.
No, you're
coming
more
an
from a
agricultural,
farmer.
Yeah.
coming from an agricultural background. What you're really trying to do, every seed has a shell, and you're just trying to get it to crack that shell open a
Okay,
little bit.
okay.
And when you do that, the sugars that are inside of it are naturally released, and that's how you're going to be able to start fermentation a lot easier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the
Okay.
process also activates the enzymes inside
Yes.
of there. So
Now,
that's kind of that is definitely necessary for mashing and being able to extract the sugars from the corn, what little sugars there are in rye and stuff like that.
So the malting takes a little bit longer then, or
So
is it?
malting, you got to equate it to brewing beer. That's how you
Yeah.
malted barley is in a lot of beers.
Right.
So it all depends on the size of the batch that you're doing.
Okay.
I mean, if you're doing a pound of barley, you can have it malted in like probably an hour, 45 minutes. It's not that much.
Okay.
It all just depends what you're really going for.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Well, now I know the malting process. That's pretty
But, like,
awesome.
Single malt, as far as Scotch and Irish and all that stuff, that's all malted barley.
Okay.
That means like that's the whole mash bill there. When you read single malt, that's what it is.
Okay. Okay. Excellent.
Yep. And so I wanted to get back to Bloody Butcher.
So I do like some
because
malted barley then, because I love Irish whiskey.
Yeah.
The thing is, Whiskey Acres just released their Bloody Butcher this week at
Okay.
5.5 years old.
Okay.
Oh.
And Carson is in Illinois.
Oh.
If anybody's interested in a bottle, I can.
Man, honestly, I am iffy on Bloody Butchers. It just depends on how funky it is, because some of them are just so funky that I can enjoy it, but it's a very situational pour for me.
Well, what I
Okay.
can do is I can get a bottle, but I can't guarantee you after you try it that I can get you a bottle.
That's okay.
Right,
That's
right.
okay. So one cool thing that Jephthah Creed was telling us is they the lady. So they say it's a woman-owned distillery. It's a mother and a daughter, and the father's the farmer. So he farms all the land, and they also contract from other farmers in the area, and they've taught them how to grow Bloody Butchered corn. But they settled on that because Bloody Butchered corn, though it doesn't yield nearly as much as a GMO
No.
corn, it has a lot more protein in it, which makes it a lot easier to get sugars for the mashing process.
So if it has more protein, does that make it more healthy?
Yes.
I'm just saying, you
That's
know.
exactly what it is.
That's awesome.
Drink more whiskey.
Drink more whiskey, yes.
Well,
Support American farmers. Drink bourbon.
Absolutely.
Well, the other thing is with that is like beer, technically probiotic. So like throw your kombucha out the window
Okay.
and get into
okay,
some
yeah.
hazy IPAs.
And Isaiah has found the weeds.
And if you want a good IPA, here at the Final Third, we've got some awesome IPA selections here. So,
We do.
sorry. Had to throw
Max
that out there,
Marin,
brother.
Oh, speaking
Pax.
of PAX,
Ooh.
we just got their It's their pumpkin beer. It's pumpkin spice Lithrinax.
Yeah.
But the thing is that's different with them is they're actually using pumpkin puree in it
Oh, wow.
rather than pumpkin flavor. So at its base flavor, it's still that oatmeal stout, but the most prominent flavor is the spices they're putting in it. So it's like
Oh, that
cinnamon,
sounds
clove,
amazing.
nutmeg, and ginger. And those are the primary flavors in there because when you just use pumpkin puree, you're just praying to God that it does something in there.
Yeah.
And it really
Doesn't do
a
much.
whole lot in there, which makes it an extremely palatable pumpkin beer.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
So if you're one of those people that absolutely hates the whole pumpkin spice latte thing going on in the world
Yeah.
right now, this is not that. This is
Oh,
definitely
right
going to
on.
be more of a stout that has just the very very subtle pumpkin. Mostly, it's all the spice.
All the
it's
spices that
fall
are
in
on
a
it.
bottle.
It is.
Fall in a
Since
can,
this
I
is
guess.
a video medium, it's like going pumpkin versus pumpkin.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
yeah,
That's exactly right. Yeah.
absolutely.
Awesome.
I drank one last night, and I was extremely surprised. That is legitimately the first pumpkin beer I have ever liked. Because most of them are just so pumpkin it hurts,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I hate the artificial.
It's just the
pumpkin flavor.
artificial pumpkin pie.
I'm going to be
A
honest.
lot of
I've
them are.
never actually had a pumpkin beer, so I'm actually pretty excited about trying it. So
Well, you
So
should.
might as well give it a
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
It's a good beer.
If you like the regular Lithrinax, the pumpkin Lithrinax is a great change
Okay.
up to that. And
Excellent.
It really is just heavy on the cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, and ginger.
Yeah.
So that's what you're getting in place of all of the cacao nibs and the different peppers they throw in there.
excellent.
Yeah.
Right on.
Now the cigar is getting a lot more of that black pepper on the palate and on the retrohale.
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely on the palate.
There's still
Wow.
that breadiness, but it's almost white bread toast.
Toasted white bread, exactly.
Yeah,
yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It
But
was darn good for me. I've reached the point in my smoke where I'm finished with it, and
Yeah, I don't.
through and through, this was a great pairing. And I generally make 1 to 2 trips in here a week. I'm definitely getting this pairing at least once more, if not twice.
yeah,
it
it's a
is-
good pairing.
It has absolutely gone. The sweetness is almost completely gone on that final third, and you get
On the
the
cigar.
baking spices on the cigar,
Yeah.
and the peppers. So
Funny enough for me, the retrohale died down a little bit in the final
Really?
third.
Really?
It's not like, and it might just be because it's my first cigar of the day, but it didn't build like the second.
Ooh.
third
It
did.
doesn't build, but it hits. It's a quick
Oh
punch.
no, it's definitely there, but
But you're
do-
right. It didn't hang.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree with that. Yeah, a little bit. It's hanging a little bit.
it's still hanging right here. I mean,
Yeah,
right
just-
on it.
okay.
Yeah,
It is a little bit.
Right on the edge.
Yep.
Living on the
the
edge.
whiskey has gone to like almost a fruity vanilla flavor.
It is.
Yeah.
It is so
Oh,
sweet.
it absolutely has.
This has changed so much throughout
Yeah.
the smoke.
And that is one of the awesome things about pairing cigars with whiskey is you get so many different flavors and notes on this stuff that if you're just drinking and smoking, you're not going to notice.
Yeah.
But when you're really sitting here trying to differentiate the notes and everything from the whiskey and the cigar, amazing way to do it. So.
It is, and I mean that's the thing too. Like, if you were just to drink the whiskey by itself, it's going to change
Oh,
through
yeah.
the glass, or
Absolutely.
the cigar by itself. When you put them together,
Right.
the changes are so pronounced that it just makes it. And it's not just this pairing. I mean, literally, you can grab a whiskey with any cigar, and you're going to get some changes like that too.
Right.
What we're trying to do is come up with some very unique connections that actually work together.
Yeah.
Right from the start. And this one does it. This
I
one
mean,
hits everything.
With a cigar of this category, you could just about grab any bourbon off the wall
And it would work.
and it would work.
It
But
absolutely
what we're
would.
going for is something that's going to be a special experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Whether
It really
you're
is.
sitting there and paying attention to it or just drinking it for the enjoyment.
Right.
You guys
Well,
need to advertise this as smoking a s'more because
And honestly,
It
even
does.
if you're just sitting there and you're just having a good time watching the game, you're going to notice with this bourbon and this cigar the changes throughout the smoke and the drink. You really will.
you will 100%.
And I would. Some people would be like, "Oh, that's because it's opened up in your glass." Like you've seen all of us except for Rob. We got refills. They didn't have much time to open up. We're just enjoying it.
We're just enjoying it. So
Yeah, and I'd like to take a quick second and just simply say thank you to Rob for
Oh.
having both of us on. And
Absolutely.
Thank you for creating this awesome store and lounge that allows allows such an awesome community to be fostered. It
Oh, no
does-
need to suck up to him.
It-
Rob's terrible.
I don't need
I'm
to
terrible.
suck up to
Actually, you need to
Lisa.
suck up
Yeah.
to Lisa because
Yeah.
she runs the joint. So
But I mean, in all honesty, I mean, this place has been a godsend for me. When I
Absolutely.
moved to Southern Indiana, I didn't have any family. I didn't really have any friends down here. Being able to come in here, feel so welcomed. Anybody that is in the greater Indianapolis area, come in here.
Well,
you will
Eric was
quickly
driving
find
from
out.
Columbus.
yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
I was-
Yeah, we talked about that today. You know, almost 2 hours to come here. So that should tell you what kind of a quality people that come in here and whatnot, and what kind of family atmosphere that you get when you come here.
Well, we
So-
appreciate it. That's what we're going for. I mean, we're not just wanting to be a place where you can come and have a cigar and drink. We want people to come in here and become family.
Absolutely.
And that's the goal.
And also, thank you guys for the shout outs on previous episodes. I know the
Absolutely,
Joseph Magnus
yep.
episode.
Yeah.
I forgot the idea of using that. And
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
thank you guys for shouting me out and for the shouting out the engagement. And again, Rob, thank you
Oh.
for being there at Starlight when I got engaged.
That was a
Absolutely.
blast. That was
meant
so
the
much
world
fun.
to me.
So
and
so it was really fun because Bourbon Cowboy's out there with his little straw hat, and he's all out there just
Which
all
it should
happy.
be felt for the season. Just
Well,
saying,
no,
I'm not gonna
that-
lie.
We're getting there. We're getting there. So he shows up. And he's just pretty just fine. Everything's fine. And we get about 10 minutes from the engagement. He's like, "Oh shit, I'm getting a little nervous here." So he goes and gets his felt hat because
Oh,
it was time
right
to get
on.
to the felt hat.
Absolutely.
And
well,
he
and
comes
the
back-
wind was a little bit higher that day.
Yeah, so
and
we
the
got a
felt
little
hat
chillier.
fit me a touch tighter.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
it was
so it
like,
wouldn't blow
I
off.
cannot have this blow off because that's going to make these pictures look like shit.
Yeah.
Shout out
And-
to Justin Dalheim who did my pictures. You're a fucking
He did a
great
great
guy.
job.
Awesome
yeah.
job. Yes.
But I've never seen his eyes get so big when he started getting nervous. He's like, "Oh crap, it's getting ready to happen." And it was so
I
much
gotta
fun
ask
watching
you,
their
how
eyes.
big were my eyes
Oh.
when I saw her coming down that hill?
They were big,
Because
buddy.
it was in that moment where it was like,
It's happening.
Oh.
It's happening.
oh, we're actually doing this. Oh.
Unfortunately, I wasn't there, but the pictures show the excitement and the surprise on Carson's eyes
Yeah.
and her face.
Yeah.
Such an amazing
Well,
event,
and she
you
knew
know.
a couple things were up,
Absolutely,
but she didn't know
but
what was
still,
up.
yeah.
Because like
She didn't know what was up until she was on that dock.
Yes.
And still to this day, she's like, how the hell did you get down to one knee so fast? And I have to say, haha, fat ninja.
Yeah, right. I say for a fat guy, it's hard to get down on one knee, so I understand.
It's easy to get down.
Right,
It's
getting up,
It's
getting up's the hard
back up
part.
thing that sucks. Gravity works against you there.
Yes, it does.
Ready.
But no,
Kind
it
of
was-
like
it was
us going over
awesome.
the rail today. That's pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I did like Carson was fishing though, because she went up and she got a couple of drinks and she didn't like the first drink, so she's like, "I'm gonna go get me a bottle of wine." So when she went up and got her bottle of wine, she's like, "So what's the bottle or the barrel pick today?" And they're like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
So, to
Oh
give
my gosh,
context-
that is
That was the-
amazing.
that was the
To
gift.
give context to this, I had Carson under the impression the reason that we were at Starlight that afternoon, shout out to Starlight for being so great and accommodating, was that there was a special bourbon release. No, the only special thing that was happening was me getting engaged and deciding to spend the rest of my life with that woman.
And having 10,000 people show up for it because of the pumpkins.
right?
That's
Man,
no
that place
kid.
was packed.
But you
Oh
know
my
what? By
God.
the time we left, we were the last ones in the
were.
parking lot. And thank you again for talking to Christian and having him send those pours out to
Yeah.
us.
By the way, do you return those Glencairns?
Yes.
Okay. Because I totally forgot about that. I was
No,
gonna grab. I was thinking about
I absolutely returned those Glencairns. I did not keep them. Christian, don't come looking for me.
So actually, so what that was that he gave you guys was what he gave me a pour of too. It was their new rye that's coming out. I think they're releasing it in the next week or so. It was their Distillers Reserve rye.
oh,
So that's what you guys were drinking down there on the
That,
last pictures.
that was the family reserve?
Family Reserve, yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
wow.
That's awesome.
That is some damn good rye.
So it was good. It was very good.
I loved it.
And I like their ryes because they're not quite as spicy. I know you like a good spicy rye.
Oh, yeah.
Their ryes are not quite as spicy. It was just very well balanced.
Yeah.
So
You might have to kick and throw in a couple pictures at the end of this, Isaiah. I'll send them to you.
Okay.
Just so that everybody understands what we're talking about.
All right.
That's
Hey,
fine.
Speaking of the rye, the rye that we did, the bourbon pick, the Starlight,
Starlight,
the
finished
club
in
and
port.
fine and third finished in port.
Yeah.
that is an amazing rye
Oh,
as
it's
well.
So good.
So
I love
mean,
their stuff.
I've got a bottle of it at the house, and it's really good. So
Boys, we need to start packing this up.
Yeah.
But
Oh, right
there's
on.
still one thing we need to do. Shut the box.
Oh, we got to shut the box.
So
And guess what? That means we have two players
Two
this week.
players.
tries,
Uh-oh,
yes.
uh-oh.
You get one shot at it.
and Rob will get, if one of you guys gets it, Rob gets a shot at shutting the box to counteract it.
Okay.
To
All right.
counteract it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if they don't get it, then I get a shot
Absolutely.
to try to win,
Yes.
too.
Yes, and if
What are you winning?
he gets to
We
make
get to
us
pick
take a
our-
pairing.
We get to
Hey.
pick our own every week.
Oh,
No,
that's
no,
true.
no. Here,
That's
I'll
true.
put us up for. I'll put stakes on this.
Okay.
If he wins, Dan and I have to do a pairing
We will do
of
it.
his choice.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
I'll take you up on
All
that.
right. Yes, there you go.
We're gonna make this a fun game. All
right,
right.
He's a
let's see
smoking
it.
Java mint.
You look like you're pretty natural right there, buddy.
I am.
That looks very natural for you.
yeah.
Hitting
yeah.
10.
10.
Gee. Close out the 9 and the 1.
All right.
10 again.
Uh-oh.
8 and 2.
Oh, you're getting the middle ones.
Got a 5.
5. I will close out number 5 itself.
All right, here we go.
3 and a 6.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, he needs a 4 and a 7 is
no.
what he needs now.
Come on, 4.
Oh, look at
All right.
Needs a 7.
We have
got
a
a
7.
7,
7
son.
closes it. 7 closes it. Oh,
I
5.
got a 5.
So
All right.
he finished with a 7. That's still a great score.
Right.
Not good enough.
Not good
All right.
enough.
Not good
though.
enough,
Here we
but
go,
I
here
was
we
definitely
go.
going to have you smoking Java Mint and drinking tequila.
Oh,
God.
God. Oh, God. Thank God you lost. 12.
Dan got a 12.
Man, you could shut down like
9-3.
5 of them if you
Yeah, I
wanted.
only did 9 and 3. Got 6. 5, 1.
Okay, come on, Dan.
Come on, baby. What we got? An
8.
8. 8. I could have done the 6 and 2.
That's okay. That's okay.
Let's see.
That's an 11. 4 and 7.
Thank you. The engineer math came out there
So
because
he has a 2 and 6 still up.
All right.
Let's
Come on,
see
baby, come on.
here.
He needs an
Feel
8.
like I'm at the casino.
Oh,
you
no.
got it.
Damn it.
All right.
It's
here we
Rob's
go.
turn.
It's Rob's turn.
we go.
to
Now that I
it's
know
to
he was
seal
gonna
our
really-
fate, brother.
He was going to slam us. We're going to slam them. now
Okay,
if I get this.
okay,
So,
Rob. What's the pairing? If you
Yeah.
say,
what will be the pairing, Rob?
Let's see.
You
How
want to
about
make us do Java Mint and tequila?
nah, with the crazy Allison milk, man.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
come on, man.
I mean, it's fall. Let's at least do eggnog.
You know, I'm not going to lie. A Java Mint and eggnog might be not bad. I mean, the Java Mint's going to
Hey,
suck,
that's
period.
Blasphemy.
Dan, shut up. You're going to make him change it, and we're going to be in trouble.
What's the pairing, Rob? We could do
Java mint
and
and
the,
gin tonic.
Oh,
right.
God.
or the pumpkin beer.
Oh, dude, I would straight do the pumpkin beer. I want to
And
try
the Java
pumpkin
mint.
beer.
Pumpkin beer and Java
We'll do
mint.
All
that.
right. I'm not sure how that's going
All
to
right.
taste.
It
though.
will not
It
pair.
will
Yeah.
not
Got a
pair
10
well.
on the board, folks. 8
8
and
and
2
2.
closed out.
7.
How's he closing it?
Let's do 6
6 and 1. Okay.
7.
I got a feeling we might be screwed here, buddy.
3 and 4. He's closed. All right.
5.
Shit.
This is
7 and 9.
not
Oh,
good.
Oh, no.
8. Nope, we're done.
Oh, we're done.
Okay.
No pairings this week.
Well,
Well, we'll come up with something good
So
for next
they will
week.
just have to come up with something
Yeah.
next week. So,
Yeah.
well,
Well,
thanks
yeah.
again for tuning in.
And thanks for coming in, guys. We
guys,
really
it was
enjoyed having you
amazing.
guys.
Thank you guys so much for
This has
having
been
us on.
fun.
Yeah.
So,
It's getting a lot more fun having people on here with us and just kind of get to know
absolutely.
you guys
Yep,
more
yep.
too, which we
Like-
already know you guys.
Like,
but
it was
they
awesome
don't.
to see Doc Johnson on here, last week, or this
Doc
week.
Johnson. Doc Johnson.
Yesterday.
Johnston.
Oh,
Johnston.
cheers.
Cheers to
Cheers.
cheers to Scott.
Cheers.
Cheers to the Doc.
Cheers to the Doc.
That's if I got a drink. Oh, darn. I got to.
Oh,
All
yeah,
right,
you got to
guys,
pour
well-
another one to get a drink. I see how you are.
Exactly. Well, thanks a lot, guys, for listening in again. You can follow me on Instagram at Final Third Cigar.
Eric.
Eric,
At the Bourbon Cowboys 72 on Instagram.
at Dan_the_cigar man, Instagram.
You can find me at the Whiskey Pastor.
Yeah, so thanks a lot, guys, and we will see you next week.
Awesome. Thank you,
Cheers.
guys.
Cheers, y'all.
Hold on, where'd it go? Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.